All right, guys, and welcome back to CSL March Madness. This is the round of 4. Whoever wins this match goes on to the playoffs. So spawning here in the top left, it's going to be the Teal Terran player representing UC Davis. It's going to be TBZ. Spawning here in the bottom right as the purple Zerg representing Ohio State. It's going to be Klimzak, or at least that's how I'm going to say it. What do you think, Ferg? Klimzak?
K. Limzak?
K. Limzak. I don't know about that.
Klimzak. I like Klimzak. Let's call him
Let's
Klimzak.
go with Klimzak. It's nice, it's simple. 2 syllables.
And of course, a huge shout out to our sponsors here at CSL March Madness, sponsored by NCIX and Raid Call. We're sitting in Raid Call Group 1111, Collegiate Star League. If you join up right now, we need 30 more people, but if we get up to 50, we're giving out a free StarCraft 2 messenger bag. I believe that's provided by Razor, so really good stuff. But Chris, before we get too far into this game, I do want to mention that I have an insider story right now as TBZ builds a proxy racks.
Oh, nice. I love insider stories.
So UC Davis today went on a group outing to Six Flags up here in Vallejo.
Okay.
And TBZ has a grade 1 ankle sprain.
You said that in a cheery voice. I expected it to be, that's not
like
the
he
best
won a bear
news.
or something. No, he has a grade 1 ankle sprain.
Well, the plus side of that is that just means more StarCraft playing coming up in his near future.
Right? Imagine how good he's gonna get by the end.
I have to skip those 3 classes because sprained ankle, so it means 6 hours of ladder again. It's like one of those things.
Too bad.
Too bad. And he is going to be going straight for that Reaper. So this is pretty much, as quick as you can get on the Reaper front.
Yeah. Definitely gonna get in here and try to mess things up. Of course, if he picks off a drone, it's good, but if not, you just got some great scouting. Klimzak, threw down a very nice timing on the spawning pool. Of course, going to get gas with that as well. Standard stuff on this map, of course, and it has such a huge rush distance. So I feel like both players are going to be in fine shape. This Reaper, of course, cannot end the game. Does not do any damage to buildings. Does not do very much damage to poor Mr. Drone, and but it will be followed up.
Reaper.
Oh gosh!
The thing is that Klimzak did not scout this at all. So I mean, it wouldn't have really mattered because he threw down his pool kind of late. But TBZ is going to disrupt mining time, and he's going to force lings. And there you go, first drone already dead. I mean, he wants to do damage with this. He did commit to this Rax. He did cut his economy. So here he goes. He does pick off now 2 drones, and Klimzak, man, I know he's faced this on ladder before just because every Zerg has, and he must just be saying, man, this is just not fun right now.
And of course, he has faced on ladder, but this is not ladder. This is the CSL March Madness, and you're facing people who are pretty darn strong. I mean, TBZ, he has one of the highest APMs here in the CSL, over 300, I believe, in this game. He had 301 APM, and you know what? He's very well known.
I mean, that's really the only stat you need to say is he beat Lenok on ladder. I mean, that's just... I can't say that enough because that is just such a hard thing to do. I mean, Lenok, granted, was experimenting with Vipers, but either way, Reapers are now continuing to do more damage. Factory coming down behind this, so TBZ is not going to be playing super economy behind these Reapers. He's going to continue to put on the pressure. The Widow Mines could be coming out as well as Hellions. It really just it's up to TBZ to decide what he wants to follow up with. But I mean, so much damage already being done. The drone count at 15 and TBZ sitting at a comfortable 16.
Yeah, I mean, if he manages to pick off a queen, oh no, the Lings do get around, he does loot. That's the first unit he's lost today, that 1 Reaper. So this is definitely a very nice opening for him. He's going to be in very fine shape going into the mid-game. He's throwing down a CC right now after the factory. Of course, Hellions very good to defend in a position like this. But I really like this opening from him, and you know what? I'm excited that we're going into the mid-game, because TBZ is probably one of the best players in North America with ghosts. He is very well known for his nukes, and he's been featured a bunch of times on IPL Top Plays of the Week for them. In fact, he beat Suppy with nukes 2 seasons ago in the CSL, so I'm really excited to see if we get that far. I'm hoping, just for my sake, I don't even care if it's for the viewers. It's great for the viewers too, but it's also great for me just because I love nukes. Oh no, there's Widow Mine!
Oh, and if that had burrowed just in time, that could have been deadly for those Lings. So Good job from Klimzak to snipe off that very first Widow Mine. These Reapers and this command center is going to be having to stay on the high ground for a decent amount of time here. We do see the starport now finishing up for TBZ and the third command center, so he is really gearing up for that mid game. He's going to be doing some nice triple CC action, not too uncommon, but you know, it just translates into such strong 3-base pushes, and I know TBZ loves his Marines.
Yeah, and I mean, if he had kept that Widow Mine alive, I felt like it would have been the perfect opening right now. It feels like they're kind of even. I mean, that Reaper push, I mean, that did a lot of damage, that did a lot of delay, but you know what? He's still not ahead on SCVs. He's 8 behind right now. He does have the Widow Mine production. That's what he really has going for him. But he has to start building more SCVs. He has to start getting his production facilities up. And right now, Klimzak, you know, he's up to 46 supply, 33 harvesters. He's getting, you know, all that gas right now. He's got the expansion. He's actually taking a third as well. So he's in pretty good shape.
You know, this build that TBZ is doing is very reminiscent of something that we've seen players like Polt do, even in beta. And it's a triple CC. You open up Reapers to put them on the back foot. And this 2 Widow Mine medevac drop, it's one of those things where you kind of boost into the main and drop one and then boost into the natural, or, you know, wherever you choose to place those 2 Widow Mines. And it looks like he is going to be wanting to put one at the third base, and we do see double eBay coming up behind this. So yeah, again, very reminiscent of a player like Polt to do a style like this, and this is really awesome.
Yeah, look at this Widow Mine drop right now in the natural. Here. Oh, they did not get the vault. Oh, they
no, they did. He took off a good portion of Klimzak's lings, but he definitely wanted to get more done with those Widow Mines. So we do see Stim Pack coming up for TBZ, and +1 melee coming up for Klimzak. He's going to start Carapace as well, so there he goes. And, you know, he actually deflected that pretty damn well. He's in good shape.
Yeah. I mean, he actually pulled just to be careful before he got the Spore Crawler down to make sure that he had gotten both Widow Mines, but he indeed had, and he's going to be in good shape right now. His third is in a good place. He's a little supply block because the Viking being a boss, little Overlord killer. But, I mean, the supply is very even right now. The gas production of TBZ is just not up to snuff with Klimzak. And right now, Klimzak, he's going for the lair. He's getting those upgrades. He's in fine shape right now going into the mid-game.
Dude, look at this cute little mix of units at TBZ's natural. It's like Hellion Reaper and just one medevac kind of hanging out. How often do you see that little unit mixture there? TBZ definitely, you know, bringing Heart of the Swarm in proudly right now, utilizing that new Reaper very well and utilizing Widow Mines. He is starting his 1-1 upgrades. I expect him to just kind of hit his comfort zone with his macro. He's going to get that armory right on time. I mean, TBZ is just such a high caliber player for the CSL. And, you know, we do see Klimzak actually doing very well with his upgrades as well. His Hive is going to be finishing, or excuse me, his Lair is going to be finishing, and he's going to be able to start his 2-2 for his Lings. So he's also doing pretty well right now. He should be able to hold off this aggression from TBZ, but at the very least, he will be picking off creep tumors and, you know, just applying a little heat.
You know, he gets a little bit bad control there, but looks like there's only going to be a handful of roaches. They're going to chase off of those Reapers, but there is now a Hellion drop in the natural. There's a couple more Reapers or roaches there to do some damage. Not too many drones killed. It looks like, though, TBZ has taken the lead in the harvester count. He's 7 ahead right now. And, I mean, look at this production back at home. He's got Marines, he's got siege tanks, he's got reactors on the way. He's in fine shape going here into the mid-game. He'll be able to push pretty shortly or take a third whenever he wants to. Oh, man, this Viking, though, in the left corner of the map is picking off its 4th Overlord. It is just being a pain in the butt right now. And this map control, you can see for Klimzak is just not up to snuff. He does have both watchtowers, but if not for that, once those get chased away by Marines, he'll be in kind of bad shape. His creep tumors got killed there in the front, and he's going to be having to guess of what to do right now. He's going for... Man, this is the first time I'm seeing him. He's going for those... wow, why am I blanking on the name?
The Locusts.
No, they're not Locusts. The Lords. Swarm hosts. There we go.
Yeah,
I want to call them Swarm Lords or something, because they're so much like the Lords.
The Swarm hosts, you know, they produce the Locusts, and that upgrade that he's getting increases the lifetime of Locusts by 10 seconds, which is
a
very long time. And the thing is that Swarm Host and TVZ are largely unused, and if they are used, it's usually against mech. But we do see TBZ heavily favoring a classic bio style with upgrades. I mean, this 3-base push that's coming up from TBZ is so strong. You know, you just get your 3rd base saturated. By the time 2-2, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him get +1 attack to his tanks, but also TBZ just loves just mostly Marines, so you may not get that, but either way, it ends up being a 3-base push that is just constantly reinforced because you just have those upgraded units with good micro and good production. It's so tough for the Zerg player to hold it off, and to get Swarm Host in that position, I'm not sure how it's going to work out. I really do hope that he's able to utilize them, but again, against Bio, they just kind of kill those Locusts really quickly.
Yeah, and TB's using some of that APM to do double drops right now, but they did fully get spotted by those 2 Lings at the Xel'Naga watchtowers, and right now you can see a nice Spore Crawler Roach preparation here at the 3rd. The main drop, though, looks like it hasn't really been noticed. Nope, there is army there in the main that will be able to attack, so...
Yeah, here we go. This drop from TBZ in the main base should do a little... No, actually, there's Roaches and Lings completely ready for it. So
very nice
done.
preparation. You can't let Zergling sit there at the watchtowers. It's one of the things. You got to know these maps. You got to know what you need to do to prepare against drops, and totally letting them get scouted is not what you need to do. But TBZ is still ahead in supply. Right now, Klimzak going for Hive and throwing down a lot of defense, and he's really massing up Spore... Oh my gosh, Swarm Hosts. And it looks like he's going for a very strong ground army right now. He's going to be pushing out into this kind of soft contained by TBZ, but it could turn quite brutal right now. But I mean, look at these Locusts. They're doing so much damage, and they have such a large amount of life, and the Ling streaming in as well. Gonna start trying to pick away at these tanks for TBZ.
So many Marines from TBZ,
oh, no.
and they're too well upgraded, honestly, 2-2 right now, and you know, Klimzak just can't really match that. He has the character pace, but he doesn't have the attack. These Roaches are just melting right now. TBZ is skyrocketing supply. He's boosting Medivacs into the main. I mean, he's hitting his stride right now. This is where he's most comfortable, and these Swarm Hosts are not going to be much in terms of defense here. Only 5. That's just not that many Locusts, and these Marines are just absolutely melting everything. Drop in the main is going to be unloaded. Spy Crawlers will clean that up, though, so that drop is not going to be effective, but this 3rd base from Klimzak is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I mean, the Swarm Hosts are going to be great at just picking away at those units right now. That Sock Contain totally getting surrounded by Lings and Locusts, but the 3rd is definitely on shaky ground right now. And it looks like TBZ repositioned that drop in the back, and he's going to start picking away at all of these drones that were on gas, and now he's going to be focusing on Overlords. Unfortunately, a little bit bad control, but that's okay, because he's totally denied any action on the right side of the map here. These Marines are really angry at Overlords for some reason, but at the 3rd, you can just see the hatchery falling. It's bad news bears for Mr. Hatchery. Right now, TBZ has taken a 3rd, and he's even setting up a 4th right now, so he is definitely preparing for the late game. You can see 3-3 on the way, building a planetary fortress there at that 4th. And he's definitely setting up to give us very strong position right now. I mean, he's twice in supply what Klimzak is, and these Swarm Hosts just... they were not able to react well enough against that really strong push.
Yeah, again, it's a matter of Swarm Hosts just not being particularly strong against Bio. It's just very, very tough. I mean, obviously Swarm Hosts are immobile, and you know, for the amount of Locusts that you need to whittle down Marines, it's just too many. So now we do see the Swarm Hosts in the middle of the map trying to get something done, but they're largely unprotected. TBC is going to just boost into the main. I mean, just look at how much blue is kind of streaming across the map, just constant reinforcements. This is what I was saying. You know, when you get on that 3 base, you hit that stride, and a big Doom drop in the main base. And I think this is going to be sort of the beginning of the end. Ultras are coming out.
Ultras come out of nowhere.
But
wow.
they just weren't enough there.
Those Ultras were like, surprise, guys, I made it. But unfortunately, actually, Lings and Ultras doing a great job right now. The last Ultra does fall, but all there's left of this drop really are these 2 tanks, which are going to be very weak without defense. CBZ's like, okay, that drop did not go too well.
Ultras, I mean, he
of course,
killed
so
Ultralisk.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be too disappointed with killing some Ultralisk. I mean, they popped out of the eggs and they were pretty much dead right afterwards. I mean, TBZ right now is feeling.
Yeah.
He knows he has won the game at this
Yeah,
point.
there's not enough economy right now for Klimzak. I mean, he almost just lost a ton of drones to a siege fire. The storm hosts are trying to get in on the action, of course, being spotted by that scan. Not going to be too useful, but they should be able to take out this marine force. Hopefully they don't.
I don't know, Ferg. I think.
Oh no, they died so fast. Oh my gosh.
Just look at how fast this
Wow.
guys going. GG comes out from Klimzak, and that means UC Davis is going to take the entire match. And they're moving on to the playoffs, man.
Oh, I'm so excited. I mean, I'm so unbiased. Oh, wow. UC Davis in the playoffs.
It's awesome,
I'm not going to talk much about it, but I'm very happy for them. Of course, great matches here in the CSL March Madness. We will be back with Game 2. Want to give them a quick preview, Chris?
Yeah, we're going to be doing UC Berkeley going up against University of Maryland, and that's going to be awesome, man. I mean, UC Berkeley, obviously the winners of last season, so they're going to be the favorites going into the match, but anybody who gets to the round of 4 in our qualifiers is a formidable opponent, so anything can happen, guys. When we come back, we are going to be hopping into that match, so stay tuned. And before we go, quick shout out to our sponsors once again, NCIX and Raid Call. Be sure to hop into our channel, chat about the match. It is 1111, the group ID, and just search Collegiate Star League. And yeah, come and join us and talk about some games, man.
Love you guys. Back soon.